my name is Alex Maynard, and I think that everyone has a plan that their younger self wanted them to do or had an idea of what they wanted them to do when they got older, when they grew up. So sometimes plans change and things happen, and sometimes what your younger self wanted you to do isn't necessarily what happened. So I'm going to talk about today my original plan, how my plans changed, and what I ended up with. From the start, I thought I knew what I wanted to do. See, when I was little, I had always wanted to be a doctor. Everything was that. I had all the little doctor kits and everything. And I thought that up until my sophomore year of high school. I thought that the doctor was the only way to go at this point. Like, I had already committed to it. My younger self had committed to it until things started to happen. I took medically related classes that would potentially put me ahead into the medical field or help me get into a specific college. And I also became a CNA through Kirkwood, actually. And as the class went on, I started to think, maybe this isn't quite for me. And as time went on, the thought of this might not be for me continued on. So I finished the CNA class, and I really didn't like it, especially after I did the whole thing, the 9 months of it. I decided that it really wasn't for me. And it wasn't just the skills we were learning, it was everything we did as a whole. And that is what you would do throughout the first 6 years of medical school. And so that was my kind of first look away from that goal. So up until then, I had taken a lot of business classes, and I just thought they were fun and I enjoyed them, including like the Vinton Popcorn Company, which is a class where our high school actually runs. And I got really involved into that, and I did a whole bunch of that. I took it every year, and it was so fun, and I ended up being like one of the main people in the class that stuck with it. And I had also, and still do, run my own cupcake business called Cupcakes by Alex. And I had a lot of fun doing that, and not just the baking part, but also the business side of it. And so some of those obvious clues led me to think, well, maybe I should go into business instead of the medical field. So I decided that maybe being a doctor wasn't for me, and I decided to take more business classes that were business focused and business related. And I got really into those, and I started to figure out my options about what different schools I could go to who had better programs, and I figured out all my options and everything for that. And then I decided what I needed to do and what I needed to continue to do to get into those and to into those schools. And I ended up getting enough done that I should graduate from Iowa State in 2.5 years instead of 4, which is a huge step for me. And I don't think I'll regret my decision of going into business at all. So overall, my original plans changed, and how I went from an original plan to having my plans change and then deciding what I wanted to do altogether. And I think that it relates to everyone, because I think everyone goes through something like that at some point in their life. And I just think that business really will help me grow as a person and also educationally. And if you'd like to know more about Cupcakes by Alex, you can visit me on Instagram at Cupcakes by Alex, or the Vinton Popcorn Company at vintonpopcorncompany.org.